It's the middle of March, and female barn owl Willow is doing a great job caring for her 3 chicks, Sky, Spirit and Echo. And it shows they're positively thriving. Sky, the eldest chick, is now 22 days old. You can see her facial disc is slowly developing, and she's just starting to look around the nest. The middle chick, Spirit, is 20 days old, and youngest, Echo, is just 17 days old. These smaller owlets still rely on Willow for warmth. But only a few days later, it starts getting cramped in a sycamore nest. Willow's finding it hard to brood the rapidly growing chicks. On warm days, she ventures to the entrance and stands guard instead, while the chicks huddle together. But when the sun starts to set and the temperatures cool, she heads back into the nest to care for her young owlets. There's quite a size difference between the 3 chicks. These older siblings are noticeably larger and more advanced, and seem to like taking the limelight, practicing head bobbing and stretching. Great signs they're developing well. The next evening, while Willow is in the entrance, Sky starts to look around. Spirit stands and stretches, which is great to see, but Echo just wants to cuddle up with his siblings to keep warm. One of the reasons these chicks are looking so strong is because Ghost is doing such a fantastic job. Youngest Echo manages to get hold of this one, and eventually swallows it down whole. Barn owls take great care in keeping their feathers clean, but sharing a nest with 3 barn owl chicks can leave Willow's feathers in a mess. She bathes regularly to keep them clean. And she certainly seems to enjoy it, particularly as the weather is so warm. The chicks are getting hot too, but they simply lay down on the nest floor to cool off. The following day it's hot again. Willow tries to shuffle in the nest, but the chicks are just too big. Her role of looking after the young in the nest is now over, so she decides to leave in the middle of the day. And the older 2 owlets seem to be looking after the youngest. Although Willow's no longer sharing a nest with her 3 chicks, she's still nearby, keeping a close eye on them. Now there's more space in the nest, they've become a lot more active, moving around the nest, stretching and growing in confidence. And I can see the start of their flight feathers coming through too. Sky even takes a peek at the outside world. A huge milestone for this young barn owl. Willow and Ghost are providing lots of food for their owlets. Thankfully, natural prey seems abundant. And some nights they've been making more than 20 food deliveries. All 3 chicks are now standing up regularly. And the fringing on their facial discs is becoming prominent too. Then the weather takes an unseasonable turn. Heavy rain turns to snow, which covers the landscape. I worry about these chicks out there alone. But they look after each other and seem to manage just fine. Echo's preening as usual. You can see the waxy cuticles on the pin feathers falling to the floor. This allows the flight feathers to come through. It's amazing to see such a strong bond between the chicks. But when it comes to food, competition arises. That night when Sky's eating a vole, Spirit watches on, biding her time, before making a move, without success. Thankfully, Willow and Ghost are providing enough to go around, and they deliver whatever they can. Even this very unlucky toad. Sky's been spending a lot of time in the entrance. It's not long until Spirit joins her, taking in the world around them. This leaves Echo with plenty of space inside, to have a proper stretch. And on the 4th of March, Echo finally joins them. At this age, I can start to work out what sex they are. I'm thinking Sky is a female. She has darker markings around her facial disc. Spirit's a male. He has much paler fringing. Echo's showing signs of being a female, but it's still too early to tell. Over the last month, these owlets have gone from small chicks, constantly watched by their mother, to strong and healthy owlets, full of character and almost ready to fledge. Next time, these owlets get identification rings, and they get ready to take their first flights. Hello Chinese friends, I'm Robert Fuller, and it's great to meet you on this platform, and I'm glad you're enjoying the wildlife. As you know, I stream my YouTube live stream in China, and lots of YouTube viewers help support and feed the wild animals that live here by donating. Since joining the Chinese platforms, I've learned many of my viewers in China would like to do this too. So after discussing with my team in China, I've decided to do something similar with you too. I'm excited to announce a project dedicated to this called Project Aftian. Aftian allows you to donate and gives you access to exclusive behind-the-scenes footage of the animals and my paintings. Welcome to my Aftian family.